move towards some more enlightening things.
Yeah,
more vibrant things.
More vibrant,
but in a good way this time. So, Emmanuel Macron turns out to be one of the most based fucking UK leaders. Well, one of the most based European leaders.
UK leaders. Who
knows at this fucking rate? Could be. Emmanuel Macron said that defining people according to their gender and skin colour splits society. Gee, that's an awfully racist position that someone like someone like Martin Luther King would say, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, he's quoting that noted white supremacist Martin Luther King.
Yeah. Macron said that ethnic minorities have effectively been placed under house arrest by left-wing ideology. Yup. Blamed black rights activists and feminists for seeking to define people according to their gender and skin colour. Fucking beautiful. Yep. He argued that such views causes splits in... Jesus Christ! Who the fuck edited this? He argued that such views causes splits in French society and prevents ethnic minorities from moving up the social ladder. He's right, but Jesus Christ the times. Get an editor. Fuck me sideways.
Get a copy editor.
Yeah, get a copy editor.
They've got a copy editor, it's just they're a woke person and they won't correct anybody's stuff because it might aggress them in some way.
Oh, yes, that's right, because correcting spelling of black people is a microaggression, I remember.
Yeah, exactly.
You see, you remember your training, that's good.
It's colonial imperialism.
Yeah.
To make people spell things in our language correctly. Ethnic people should be free to spell our language any way they like. Like fucking Americans who can't spell any fucking thing without putting a U in it. Or taking a U out of it, rather.
And fucking swappings. Fuck, what is it?
Well, it's color, not color.
And spelling everything fucking phonetically, despite the fucking language not being phonetic. But whatever.
It's
swapping
color,
out C's for S.
Flower.
Like we are retards, so we will say everything
American.
Yeah, because no one ever taught the Americans how to read. They've got to do everything phonetically.
Yeah.
Or the word defense, where they put an S in instead of a C, ignoring the fact that fence is also spelt with a C.
Well, the thing that really annoys me is when they, like, in English...
Wait, that's a thing?
Department of Defense is spelt with an S. Go check it out.
No, I meant defense spelled with a C. I've never seen that.
Yeah, in everywhere but America it's spelt properly.
Yeah. But also, it's stupid things like obviously in English, because of our close ties with France and things like the Normans, we have lots of French words in English. Yeah? Americans can't fucking use them properly. So you go to a fucking restaurant and they have an appetizer and an entree. They're both the same fucking thing!
Yep.
Enter, you fuckwit!
But to go back to fence and defense, you're also it also ignores the history of the words, the etymology of them. They both come from the same source words, which is why they're spelt similarly. But the Americans have gone, we'll change it in this one because we're special.
This U in color is confusing. Let's take it out.
I mean, look, I'm just saying the leftists on the Supreme Court in America are still better at conserving things than the conservative parties in any of your countries.
But you keep putting fucking Zs in things.
Look, you don't have to spell properly to be based, but it certainly helps.
Yeah. Well, they call it
I don't know, does it? Does it help?
It does, because
I'm looking at the ostensibly conservative parties in all of your countries, and they're worse than the Democrat justices on the Supreme Court.
There's no such thing as a fucking eggplant.
It's an aubergine.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. Eggplant sounds like fucking retarded.
Yeah, of course it does.
Like, oh
Only
boy.
used in
I
one
mean, it's like
country.
if they named something a bacon tree.
God, I wish there was a
Really
real
down
thing
with-
as a bacon
I'm
tree.
gonna be fucking. That's genetic splicing at its finest. Not that Americans have ever actually eaten any fucking bacon, but that's another.
What are you fucking
all
talking about, bro?
The stuff
Like,
you eat is not fucking bacon.
My fucking senator, Ted Cruz, like, has a video of him cooking bacon on,
Not
like,
bacon.
a rifle at the gun range.
Not
Oh my
fucking
God.
bacon.
Your strip
That
shit
fucking
is not bacon. No,
bacon.
proper piece of bacon is like a foot long, 5 inches wide, and covered in fat.
Yeah.
What you eat is streaky and it's not fucking bacon.
Back bacon
Bacon's
is
ru-
real bacon.
Proper bacon is round. You know that streaky bit? That's just a bit of the piece of bacon. That's like a third of a piece of bacon.
I think we've just broke
Bullshit.
student chat as well. Student of history's like, what? How dare they speak ill of bacon?
Americans have got no idea what bacon is.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying, like, you know, you might be right about that, but Ted Cruz.
If you look at American sort of classic food, it's all the off-cut bits that the Brits would eat. So it's like, I'll have chicken. We'll just eat the fucking wings. Like, you realise that up until like 10 years ago, all the chicken wings that were ever produced in the UK went in the fucking bin or into dog food. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
No one ever ate them.
Okay, well, I'm just going to make the point that at least here in America, we can cook meat wrapped around the barrel of a rifle at a gun range.
British person could do that.
All right. I bet
Hypothetically.
I bet it tastes great, mate.
I bet it does not.
Yeah, exactly.
Try it with some real bacon.
It's not about the taste, it's about sending a message.
I'm getting very ranty today. I don't know what's good.
So,
So you
are
mean
we
it's
even
a
talking about?
of the week ending in Y?
yeah.
I love Americans, but I love them in the way that a man would love a red-headed stepchild.
So you
You
don't
know.
love Americans.
No, I just feel like they need more beating than most people.
So I wanted to show you guys a fucking brilliant story that I came across on Reddit. I know, yes, Reddit today. That's fucking fantastic. And I won't be surprised if the Lotus Eaters cover it tomorrow. So,
Well, not
You mean
tomorrow.
Monday.
Monday.
When they're lazy, they won't work with it.
look, I'll get so drunk that when I wake up it will be Monday. So,
No, you'll
Oh,
miss
boy.
you'll miss the glorious celebration of American independence on Sunday, though.
now it's only 22 hours away.
Anyway, go on. Tell
Right.
us.
So, an employee quit school district over white privilege propaganda with a savage base resignation letter. It's
Oh.
fucking brilliant. So,
Oh my
first
God,
you've
I've
got
seen
the
this.
logo.
Oh.
Manchester School
Oh.
District,
I've seen
anti-white. As he's edited their
my
logo
God.
to say anti-white beneath it. And then in the address block, 2, Manchester School District, aka the Temple of Equity. CC, Chief Equity Officer, LOL, Mary Steady. Mmm. Beautiful, tasty. Oh god. 2, Human Wedgie McGee. I hereby resign as site coordinator in light of the Frankfurt School, Manchester School District's endorsement of the dehumanisation and hatred of white people, as evidenced by their dissemination of the imbecilic white privilege curriculum presented by the intellectual titans at Learning for Justice, an organisation founded by America's eternal arbiters of truth and morality, the SPLC. Just gonna drop oil's volume a sec. because he's getting wind back, where senior fellow Mark Potock's office is decorated with celebratory charts of the declining percentage of white people in the United States and Europe. Despite MSD's inability to abide by its own anti-harassment policy and the complete lack of respect and procedure MSD is owed in return, I'll honour my obligation to provide 2 weeks' notice. Shortly, though, in the interest of the greater good of humanity, MSD will unburden itself as my unendurable whiteness. Oil. Audio. By exercising its discretion to excuse an employee from such notice and relieve an employee from his or her position immediately. Whoa, seriously, his or her? OMG, wow, just wow, I can't even. And it gets fucking better. How is Manchester School District still operating on this archaic binary? Oh, where is the equity? As a trans feminine, spectrosexual, non-libidoist, Subaru Forester Basset Hound hybrid, with a mixed type of surgical errors for genitals, I am non-binarily outraged at Manchester School District's stunning failure at inclusivity of soft butch, stone butch, pan-romantic, gender-dormant, cupiosexual, trigender, polygender, demigender, and left-of-gender peoples. And I call for the resignation and immediate gender reassignment surgery of Superintendent Goldhart, Chief Equity Officer Lameo Steady, and all other district administrators and Board of School Committee members responsible for this wanton toxicity that, though obviously acceptable to treat mere cis-normative whites with, is supposed to be spared those that share fellowship in the Cultural Revolution, adopt abstract and performative identities, and list pronouns after their names. How absolutely dare you yours yourself? In closing, I wish the Trotsky disciples at MSD nothing but failure in their ongoing quest for civilizational degradation. I leave you with the only verbal response befitting any attempt at anti-white indoctrination. Fuck you. Diversely, equitably, and inclusively yours, Daniel Concannon. And then he lists his pronouns. And I'm not even going to attempt it. It's like 20 miles long.
Who is this guy?
He formerly a teacher or some sort at the Frankfurt School. Sorry, I mean Manchester School District.
Manchester where? Because there are many Manchesters.
Yeah. Manchester, New Hampshire.
All right.
Biased.
So that's the Freedom State Manchester.
Yeah. Northwest After School Coordinator quits, says anti-white training session amounts to harassment. So there's actual news articles to go with this as well, so it's not just some fucking meme.
Good.
And look at him, he looks like the guy from the Chad meme, the Chad Yes memes.
It does.
Do you think he did that on purpose?
Maybe.
Oh god, it would be a super good fucking meme if he had. But yeah, he abruptly quit on Monday, now denouncing a Manchester training program that he said endorses dehumanisation of hatred and whites. You know, this critical race theory thing that apparently doesn't exist and isn't taught in schools? This is what we mean when we say critical race theory, you fucking scumbags.
Good.
Yep, fuck him. His issue is an open anti-white sentiment. It is aggressive and is explicitly anti-white. Fucking oath. Absolutely based.
We need more people like this. And I've seen recently there's a lot of people doing this. You've seen the guy in where was it? London County? London County, yeah.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna go take a shit.
Alright, you've had the parents protest there. You've had the really based guy that they showed on Crowder.
Good. Good shit.
Yeah. Keep doing it. Keep pushing back against this. And this is the point where the normies will wake up, because it's starting to affect them personally, starting to affect their children.
Yep. And the New Hampshire Union Leader, which is the newspaper that's doing this, has apparently requested the documents that Concannon's complaints lead to. Beautiful. Beautiful.
All right. Can't wait to see those.
Yep, and here's some candidate responses that answer a lot of these questions the so-called journalists had about critical race theory. So, the fact that the school district would feel empowered to bring in these divisive concepts is the same reason our schools are failing. Lack of leadership under Mayor Joyce Craig. That's some viciousness. Richard Girard, a former school board member and candidate for mayor, thanked Concannon for confronting a woke mob seeking to indoctrinate students in racist ways of thinking. Beautiful. As Mr. Concannon points out, this training isn't about educating people about racism, it's about accusing people of being racist based solely on the colour of their skin. That's our problem with critical race theory, you stupid fucking so-called journos.
Yes.
Yep, and he's called on the dipshits at the school to release all the training materials referenced by him. Good stuff. So the training apparently used the term whiteness 18 times, which he said felt dehumanizing. I bet it would be. It included a slide that read whiteness in power. Included a newspaper column by Deepa EO critical of the Trump administration, including references to Peggy McIntosh's 1988 essay, White Privilege, Unpacking the Invisible Knapsack. Hold on a second. That was referenced in that fucking article from those dipshit so-called journalists.
Oh.
Where the fuck is that? That exact article's referenced in here.
Huh.
I think.
You think?
I don't know, there's a lot of bullshit in it. It's not, but there's probably something equally racist in here.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, I swear there was something that looked similar to it. But anyway. McIntosh wrote that being white was like having unearned assets which I can count on cashing in each day. Again, where the fuck is my white privilege check? They owe me 30 fucking years of back payments. It encouraged educators to discuss strategies with black and other minority students about how to correct fellow students who mispronounce their names. Okay, here's a strategy. Hey, fuckwit, my name's such and such.
Yeah, that should work.
Concannon said that the name activity accuses students who mispronounce names of being unwitting racists. Actually, it says Native Americans and minorities often saw their names shortened in the past to make them easy to pronounce, which the text termed a type of racism.
I people have to shorten my name because not everyone can get it right, and it never really felt like racism. It was like, yeah, it's a foreign name; it's difficult to pronounce. I have problem pronouncing names from other places. I'm not gonna blame anyone for it.
Well, no, and it's got nothing to do with anything like that. Like, I shorten names all the time. Like, a good example are the names of the guys we have in the voice call here. You're Cap Stasher. Why the fuck wouldn't I just call you Cap? We've got Second Plague, who I'll just call Second. We've got That Oil Guy, who I'll just call Oil. Why would we waste time with 50 million more syllables when there is a perfectly acceptable variation? And besides...
But that's a racist.
Racist.
You're doing that because they're foreign names and you can't spell foreign names.
Solomon Guthrie's actually makes a really good point. Reparations will never work. How far would you even go back? I doubt I'll be cashing checks from the Mongolian horde. Sounds good.
I can't wait for Carl to get his reparations check in the mail.
I'm actually in favor of reparations.
Go on.
Explain yourself.
Well, I am. I'm genuinely in favor of reparations.
Well,
give me a number. No, right. Let me explain. Give me a fucking number. Give me the number that ends all of this. Give me the number that we never have to talk about this again. and you can have it.
Yeah,
All
that's
right.
what Jordan
have it.
Peterson said. He's like, is there
Because-
like a white tax I could pay so that I could
No.
stop having to talk about my race?
No, tell us how much money. Tell us how much money and who has to get it. Right? Just give me a number. Give me the number. We'll all get together. I'll build you a fucking Wakanda. Right? I'm quite happy. If it's a Wakanda that it takes, we could get together. We could do that. We could make it happen. Right? Because
That
here's the
oil
simple
guy's
fact.
that oil guy's like, oh, you know where I work, we're close to making vibranium.
Well, not quite. But here's the thing, right? If you give all those people, all those fucking useless, feckless cunts, all that money, in 6 months, where do you fucking think it's gonna be? It's gonna be back in my pocket where it fucking belongs.
Oh, yeah, quick tangent, that oil guy. I have a bottle of Lafroig next to me. Is that offensive
Nice.
to your sensibilities? Good, I finally found something that pleases.
I'm even prepared to accept your pronunciation of it.
Nice. What is the proper pronunciation?
No, that was good enough. It was close. But that's my point, right? All the businesses, all the people who have built these businesses that currently make money, if you just give all the money to other people, 6 months it'll all be back in the businesses where it came from in the first place, because those people will just. The people who made poor financial decisions will continue to make poor financial decisions if you give them a shit ton of money. But then we don't have to talk about it anymore, and I'd be fine with that.
We had
Alright,
a good story about that.
I just gotta try okay,
You'll
so
have to really-
I have a bottle of Coke right here, so I'm gonna try a Lafroig and
Don't you fucking dare!
No, I am
will
just
reach through
memeing
your
on you.
phone and punch you in
Whoa, hang on. What I'm more offended by second. Why do you have a bottle of Coke?
I don't.
Why have you got the
Okay,
devil
I'm
alright.
just
We're
memeing.
supposed to be boycotting these guys. Come on, you can't be spending
I'm just
money on Coke.
memeing you guys. Like that oil guy, when it comes to, like, yeah, I'll make some like mixed drinks and shit or whatever else. When it comes to like the high quality stuff, I don't even like put it on rocks or anything. I just drink it straight up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like, so I know my etiquette there.
You'd delete it if you did put it on rocks.
No, there was actually something that offended me. Because, like, I have a friend who's a big fan of Parks and Rec. So on his 21st birthday, I brought over a bottle of Lagavulin 16. And he tasted it and he's like, would it be offensive if I mixed this with Dr. Pepper? And I'm like, yes, that is a fucking $80 bottle of scotch. You were not mixing it with Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pepper is pretty good, though.
It is, yeah.
I have to say, Lagavulin is not to my taste. But...
You know what's annoying? Everywhere outside the US, Dr. Pepper is owned by CocaCola.
Yeah.
Huh.
But in the US, it's not.
Well,
Who's
I mean,
Mountain?
that's just a logistics point of view outside of. I mean, outside the US, in Europe, there's basically only two soda companies. It's Schweppes and Coca-Cola. There's
Oh, thank
everything
God.
else.
Mountain Dew is owned by Pepsi. Good.
Yeah. but basically but in the UK, all like Pepsi and that is produced by Schweppes.
Is it?
It's just yeah, I think so. It's just a logistical thing. It's just a plant logistical thing.
I'd
not
rather
100%
not
sure.
give money to Coca-Cola. But I really enjoy Dr. Pepper, so I'm just annoyed that it's Coca-Cola that it fell upon the shoulders of.
But just to go back to reparations for a second, what do you think reparations would do to the average price of crack?
Reparations make the price
I'm-
of crack go down.
Up, surely.
Well, yeah, because higher demand.
Yeah. What do you think it would do to what do you think it would do to Escalades?
Maybe it'd actually make more poor people sober.
I'm just saying you could probably sell a pair of spinny rims for about $1 million. It's just,
Who is
you
that
suddenly
one?
put a large amount of cash in the hands of people that are I'm not saying that all black people. I'm just saying that if you just suddenly give the population a big chunk of money, it doesn't really work.
Well, yeah,
You know?
I mean, like, who's
I mean,
that
it could
one?
be any. It
Who's
could be any population. You know what I mean? It could be white people or anything. You give them a
Right.
big chunk of money.
Well,
It
the
doesn't. If you give
wokists.
everybody the same amount of money,
The wokists came after that one black rapper who was like, you know, American black people, we end up with a decent amount of money. Never invested in wealth. We never invested in wealth. We should really do what the Jews do. And they went after him for being anti-Semitic. It's like, no, he was complimenting the Jews for being smart.
yeah. It's like, yeah. How many houses do you own? Why is it not more than one?
Well, I mean, talk to what's that bitch's name?
I mean, like America, like property's so fucking cheap in America. Why the fuck do you not own more property?
Yeah.
It's wild to me that people don't just buy and buy and buy and buy property like it's going out of fucking
Well,
fashion.
that's not gonna be an option anymore because BlackRock is buying everything that's not already bought up.
You will own
Why
nothing and you will be happy.
Yeah.
But it's just like, I bought so much property when I was younger because like you buy a property, you rent it out, you save up, you use the money from that rental plus the money that you saved up the first time. It takes you less time the second time. The third time it takes you less time. The fourth time it takes you less time. The fifth time it takes. It's like just keep buying cheap property, keep renting out, take the money, pile it back in, keep going.
No, you can't be a landlord. Get a job.
I've got a job. That's how I paid to be a landlord.
I mean, like, if it weren't for fucking landlords, my best friends and I wouldn't be able to live in as nice of a live. Because we're 23. We're not, like, fucking buying a house right now.
I had a fucking house when I was 23. Fucking deadbeat. Fucking get on it.
Sorry,
Yeah, second job.
how many years ago was it when you were 23?
Like 19.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Old person.
So what's your
moment.
fucking?
So you're
What's your
42.
fucking point? What's your fucking
Old
point?
person moment.
Fucking boomer.
Oh, so you're 42. That means you should go after you should go after a 28-year-old man.
Oh, I don't think my wife would be very keen on that. I mean, I was planning to buy her a reasonably expensive Christmas present, but I wasn't planning on giving her a divorce. I mean, that would be slightly more expensive that's more money than I was intending to spend.
God, that reminds me of that fucking like Reddit post on r/am I the asshole, where it's like, am I an asshole for being mad at my boyfriend for like sending $1,000 as a Christmas present to some Twitch or to some OnlyFans bot?
So funny.
No, not the arsehole. Like, that's one of the few times where on Am I the Arsehole, they're not.
No, sorry, just to go about that the property thing, and this is a thing that I think a lot of people make mistake of, right? You don't have to buy a property that you're going to live in. You don't have to buy one that you like. Just buy a property. Go on the internet. I mean, it's never been fucking easier to do this. Go on the internet, find the cheapest fucking house in the country that you live in, and buy it. You know how you can continue to rent a house to live in. You can still own a property. In the UK, you can buy flats for £20,000 if you can be arsed.
Based.
No, but that's
Still
how.
some
That's
amount
how
of
you,
money. Still quite an amount of money.
£20,000.
Yeah.
No, it's well, okay.
Not
so
everyone has that saved up, you know.
you don't need to save it up. You get a fucking mortgage.
Not everyone can get a mortgage.
Minimum wage. Hang on, minimum wage in the UK is about £11,000. A mortgage company will offer you 3 times your wage. You'll get a mortgage for fucking £20,000, no fucking problem. Unless you're like a dick. I'm just saying it's not that hard.
These things take time,
No,
as the Smiths famously said.
all I'm hearing is excuses.
It's a bit harder to get a mortgage than you might think these days. Especially when you have no credit history.
Yeah.
Just, you know how you get credit history, don't you?
Go on,
By
tell us.
borrowing fucking money. And by borrowing fucking money, borrow more money.
Right, and who do you borrow the money from?
The bank.
And if they won't give it to you?
No, like a credit card.
Yeah.
Just get a credit card when you're get a credit card the second you're 18. Spend all the money that you spend on your credit card, pay it off every fucking month. You'll have no fucking problem getting a quicker mortgage. It's not. There's no big fucking secret to how you do these things. Just act fiscally responsible. It's not fucking hard.
Well, I'm addicted to buying good books.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like they track your you know. So these credit companies look at how you act. So things like the levels of insurance that you have. If you have travel insurance and life assurance and things like that, those are things that the banks monitor. When you're looking for a mortgage and things like that, they're looking to see what type of risk you are. They look to see how you act in your life. There are flaggings for it. So if you should buy insurances and things like that if you want to get a mortgage. If you want to get a mortgage, a good mortgage, you want to act fiscally responsibly. These are not like secrets or anything.
But wouldn't it be easier to just go live in the forest?
Yes, it fucking would.
Depends which country you live in. I wouldn't recommend it in Britain. It will mostly be cold and fucking wet and miserable.
Make a small wooden shack in the forest, and then send mysterious packages to mathematicians.
Possibly. Sounds like a terrible way to get raped, though. What, you got a pretty man?
What are we talking about?
We were just got finished dealing
Deliverance.
with the based guy who quit the school system. Hi, I hope you enjoyed this segment from the Sultans of Shadilay podcast.
If you like this segment, please click like, comment, and subscribe. Also, check out the full podcast in the description below.